Hello, this is Sabrina from Piedra Luna Tarot 808, bringing you the zodiac reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, as well as for the collective, regardless of you being part of those Sun, Moon, or Rising in Cancer, for also for our fourth house, which is our family life, which is our homeland, which is our closest relatives, things that bring us security and comfort. So, in that area, I have the following energy for you. I'll explain at the end what those dice mean actually for your energy. But I see for Cancer people or people that have strong Cancer influence during this month that you're in a moment with the Six of Pentacles, which is about being about giving. It's a person giving actually of measuring um, who is more needy and who they should be giving to, and how much they should be giving to each person. There's actually two people asking them for help. And with the Ten of Wands, it's actually an energy of being overburdened. It's an image of a person carrying lots of wands in their back, and they already look tired and they have a long way to go. I feel with these two cards, Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and for the fourth house for all of us, that we might be feeling, of course, overburdened and that we have overextended ourselves. We've been giving a lot, and there's a certain feeling of heartbreak. Actually, the first card was the Two of Cups and the Three of Swords, which of course are like very opposite energies. The Two of Cups are people that are getting married, or they're um, having a partnership, or they're deciding to unite. There's an actually celebration, like a hand fasting. And the Three of Swords is the broken heart, which actually the card repeats again on this deck. And it feels like you've been a bit heartbroken about how you've been trying to overextend yourself and help your family and your friends and those closest to you, but you feel that uh, your compassion and you overextending yourself has left you with a broken heart because of the following. And this is what the universe wants to let you know during this Libra season, because Libra season has to do with learning through our partnerships. And with the Seven of Cups and the Four of Pentacles, what I feel here is that you've been trying to give people empower them with discernment about decisions they could make, about the situations they might be going about, and you feel people are being close with the Four of Pentacles, that they don't want to be vulnerable. They're not very open to their help that you want to bring them, because Cancer, you like to help people in practical manner, especially when you see them that they're suffering, and you're a bit dismayed that you're trying to bring in the energy of the King of Wands, of being an inspiration, of actually being have celebrations and celebratory, put in celebratory energy into your friends or family who are a bit down during this time, which is a lot of people are feeling it. And I think you're getting a bit also polluted from the mm, darkness or the heaviness that other people are carrying because of personal situations, because of the global situation, and that you're trying to counteract that energy by being joyful, by bringing good things, by bringing inspiration, but that you're finding that in your family group, some people are just too much in an anxious energy, in they're too much in their heads, probably because of all the difficult things they've been going through, and you feel like every time you try to help them out, you'll overextend yourself with a solution, and you spend time finding solutions for them and finding ways that they could be doing better, or whatever is an aid that you feel that could be a great aid for them. You feel that you meet a wall every time you bring like help to others. And what the energy is saying, the universe and the cards here with the Page of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups, is that energy that you've been trying to plant good things, but you feel like your efforts with the Ace of Cups are not being appreciated enough, like a bit of wasted efforts. And with the King of Swords and the Hangman, you also feel like people are being a bit pessimistic and they don't want to see things from a different perspective, and that is bumming you out terribly, because you see them suffering and you see the miscommunications and you see how they could be doing better, and you've already kind of like digged a way out for them, and you investigated, and you put a lot of energy in trying to help out your family and your friends, and especially those that you feel that need the extra work, the extra help, even if you yourself are going through difficult situations, and you keep being faced with negativity about the truth that you bring in, or that it is not welcome as you want it to be welcome. And you've going into the Four of Swords energy, where you just this is a month for you to go within, actually, and understand that, unfortunately, here we have these cards. Sometimes we do our best for people to have fair situations, for them to pull themselves out, but the and to be in a fair situation with the Justice card. But unfortunately, it also takes, with the Judgment card, for people to want to be better, or to be in the position where they actually see their problem, where they actually can see clearly, where they're emotionally as well, psychologically in the moment, to see their reality from a more objective point of view. And that, unfortunately, until they reach this point, you could be helping them out a lot with the Six of Pentacles, and extending yourself in helping them out. But until they reach that point where they have that awakening, all your good efforts are going to be a bit of wasted efforts. I have the Death here, and as well as on the dice. And I feel strongly for you, Cancer, that you might be feeling a little bit melancholic and bummed out, that you've been really trying to uplift the energy of people around you, of your closest, of your kindred, because your kindred is very important for you. And that you already know that you shouldn't be like, don't hold your breath, right? You're in that point where you're a bit let down, and you're going within, maybe feeling a bit blue about the situation, that despite your best efforts, people are just blind to wanting to be better. And this is also a lesson for you, that there's divine timing for everyone, including those that are suffering, and that especially when they receive help and they don't want to even see the value in it, is because it is not yet their time to pass that test. With the Nine of Pentacles and Temperance, what the energy is telling you, Cancer, is that you're probably going to come to the conclusion during this Libra season that you probably need to work more independently. You might need to separate yourself a bit from these people that need to do their healing as well, so that you can do your own healing, so that you can focus on what you need to focus on regards to your life, and how it can be better, and how you can improve your independence, and how you can improve the finances of your life, of your family. How can you be more free, and just release yourself, because the Nine of Pentacles is a person that is very independent, and they're enjoying the fruits of their labor. And with the Eagle, they're also able to see, with the Virgo energy of it, to see things from a higher perspective. So it is a calling to distance yourself a bit from the situations you might be too much emotionally involved in, that are already causing you emotional turmoil, to the point that they might be dragging you down with the Three of Swords. And that this is a calling for you to find balance between giving and pulling away, between fueling your tank and giving energy to others. And that this is a time, because you are overspent, when you need to be focusing on yourself, and balancing the dynamics of your own life, of the things you can actually control. With the great news actually is with the Emperor and the Six of Wands is that people, the people that you're concerned about, will have their moment to become the emperor of their lives and to be victorious in maybe not as quickly as you would like it, but that's the energy that I'm receiving as the final energy, that also leaving people to empower their own selves with the Emperor and the Six of Wands, to find their own inner power. You might have been reaching out and overextending yourself to others because you feel they're suffering a lot, because your ruler is the moon, so you feel people with your emotions, with your heart. That's the glue that you use to keep people together in your surrounding group, in your family, with your friends. People know you are the emotional glue of the group, and nurturing and mothering is very important for you. But there's also important to understand that there comes a point, even for a mother, when they have to let their kids um, grow up and make decisions and find their own victories by themselves, and to find their definition of what kind of emperor of their life they want to be. With the Six of Wands upside down, again the Six of Wands, and the, with this other deck, and the Ten of Pentacles, I feel again that energy of that you feel you've been failing your family a bit, or you're failing your closest friends because you haven't been able to achieve the missions that you set your mind to achieve, or that you're going to set your mind to achieve during this Libra season. But you have to take in consideration if this is playing out for you, and if it's of resonance for you during the Libra season, that it is a calling for you to take a step back as maybe as a bit of a helicopter mom, for you. And of course you do it from your heart and because you love so much the people that you care for. But this is also a way of loving people and caring for them, is letting them do their own growth at their own time, especially if you already helped them out in as much as you could and it was received negatively. It is a time to just withdraw, and you did your best effort, and let them just sink into their um, meditations and their healing, which is also something that you've been called to do, as a healing of that codependence of wanting to fix everybody's lives as well. With the Judgment, again, we have the Judgment again, upside down, and the World. You're a bit also dismayed by the bad judgment of the world. I feel, Cancer, you're you're tapping into that energy of compassion of the mother, and because right now we're going through really on situations that we never went before, or we haven't gone before since probably 1930s, with all the uncertainty and everything, and the pandemic and everything that's been going on. You are dismayed by the bad judgments of the world. This could also be related by the situation in politics, like you already feel overwhelmed by the emotions of everyone, and that there's so many people suffering, and then you see the bad judgment of the world, and of course that is bringing you down. It's not helping you in feeling in feeling better. And that's why you got here the card of the three of swords, and the Chariot on the reverse. And the Chariot is your card, actually, Cancer. Is ruled by the moon. And you're feeling this a bit of helplessness, or you're like losing your hope for humanity a bit, because your lives, your family situations and your friends situations are overburdening you. You already feel overburdened by that. Plus the connecting to what's going on around the world is making you feel melancholic, like civilization is not moving fast enough for it to make sense for us to live in a harmonious and humanitarian global civilization. And especially you're drained by the fact that things are not happening as fast as you want them to happen. This could be, you might have delays during this Libra season that are making you even question. It's dragging you, even it's adding to an overburdened emotional cup already. and especially with the conflicts, you see that the conflicts are not, they're they don't seem to stop in soon enough. But this is also a calling from the universe to understand that things happen in divine time, and that there's always a process of logic, and like when there's too much mind, there could be a imbalance on regards to emotions, when we're using too much the rationale, and we're not putting the heart here, like with the Queen of Cups, and that it is a process of humanity. It's a process that everybody goes through, of having to, with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Swords on the reverse, of having to, in their own time, in their own way, by their own intellect, having that awakening time, that awakening, that epiphany in their own lives, of how they need to break free and how fast they need to break free from things that have been binding them. Because this card of the Eight of Swords is a very interesting energy. And this one, actually, she cannot escape. She's quite binded. But in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, it's depicted as a person that actually, if they could kind of easily remove the blind from their eyes, and if they took a step backwards, they could actually get out of the circle of swords. Now here she's more binded, but you're you're being dismayed by the fact that people are not seeing what is binding them down as quickly as you're able to. Um, so if this resonates, it's going to play out for you. But it is a spiritual lesson for you, Cancer, to understand that people have different awakening times. They're in different steps. There's a philosophy that says that it's about, it's putting it in a perspective like even of reincarnation, that some souls are too young and they have not developed compassion, they have not developed a lot of things, and they're still in early stages of development. But I have good news. From all that heaviness that you might be feeling, and I hope this actually was of help to you, that for you not to be bummed out during this month of the shortcomings of people, just to understand that a lot of people are stressed and they might not receive your attempts to lighten up the energy, to nurture them, to help them in a good way. Unfortunately, they're probably going to be reactive, because they're overburdened and they're stressed, and they're not acting in their best behavior. And if that means that you might need to take a step back, or actually that's what the energy is telling you, take a step back and focus on yourself, on your healing, on being more compassionate towards those that are being even childlike. And of course, that doesn't mean, that's a personal thing, that doesn't mean not to put boundaries. Of course, take a step back when people are being disrespectful, but not to lose your hope. What I'm saying is, this is a process of evolution. And just to remember, when there were times in your life when you didn't see things clearly, when you acted immature about things, and later on you had an awakening when it was the right time, and to apply that same kind of thinking to those people that are surrounding you and breaking your heart, because they're acting out. With especially you, Cancer, because you're super sensitive, and even though you have such a strong shield, I want to let you know that just if someone says something hurtful, not to let it add up to a pile of hopelessness. It's just, this is temporary. People feeling like this, and there being so much negativity in a lot of people, not in all, thankfully. It's temporary. It won't be forever. With the Lovers and the Ten of Cups, is a lot of that energy that I'm tapping into. That things, the universe has a way of balancing itself out, and you're gonna find relief, probably in your romantic situation, or you're gonna find relief in people that are your kindred. If doesn't have to be romantic, could be like you could be single and this could be you, finding a soul tribe, where you feel the passions of this soul tribe and your passions are absolutely perfect and complementary, and you feel right at home. You even have that sense of platonic love with this new soul tribe. Or there's, and if it's not something, and it could be, actually here we have with the Fool, this could be new energy. I feel like with the people in your family where you get along, where you have this lover's energy, where you guys are complementary, or your best friends where you are complementary, where you are actually vibing in the same vibe as your friends. There's going to be additional opportunities to join groups, to find new people that are addition to your soul tribe. That if you feel you have to take a step back from some family members or some people that are close to you, there's going to be new people filling in those spaces, because for you, Cancer, your closest and your close group of friends, your close knit of friends and family are very important for you. And but you're gonna have great opportunities to meet new groups, which are gonna be in your same vibe, that are gonna uplift you, and they're gonna give you faith in humanity again. With the, let's see what I should. Let's go with the dice before I go with the Tower Oracle. We have with the dice 12 and 12, so that's a lot of Pisces energy. It's a completion of cycles that you're going through. So this is going to feel like a different cycle for you, of having this notion of letting people be, and learning to give them their space when they need to do their own learning by themselves after you try to help them out. And if they're not being responsive, just to drop it, not to attach yourself and get bitter that they're not seeing things as they should be seeing them, and they're being bitter or evil or toxic or caustic. Don't chain yourself up to that energy. Just release it, and know that at some moment you said what you had to tell them. You helped them all you could, and at some time they will, and when it is the right timing and divine timing, they will go through their awakening. With the 6, I feel there's going to be a change in your daily life and the way, after this Libra season, there's going to be a change in the way you live your daily life. And this could be, or the daily routines you have, this could be related to maybe this something you've been trying to implement to help your friends. You might stop doing that. You might see you need to change that there's things that you do daily that you need to disengage from, because they're actually you're not actually getting through the people you need to get through, and it's making you feel drained. With the Hermit, I feel that energy of realizing, with the Death and the Death card and the Nine of Pentacles here, of realizing that in the Hermit, that it's time for you to have new beginnings, to rebirth your interaction with others, to maybe pull yourself out from their circle, because been a disbalance of the energy you've been given. You've been too much maybe in the Queen of Cups. You've been too nurturing, and you've been trying to actively, with the Ace of Wands, to inspire them, to help them, to bring them options, to encourage them to move, the people that are around you. And you've just realized, in the Magician, you're trying to manifest, but I feel like you're gonna come into this feeling that you cannot change them, and you didn't want to change them, you wanted to help them. But in order to help them, there had to be some change in them, and they're not prepared. So that is actually bringing you back like a boomerang into realizing that the only change you can do, the only balance you can actually control, is your own, and your own independence, and being an example for others, and in retrieving your energy and pulling back. And of course you're going to pull back because you're Cancer and you've been hurt. If someone told you something that was cross, that was they didn't think the words through, if it was hurtful in any way, and you've been giving so much of yourself, of course that's going to make you withdraw, like the crab energy that you have. But it's going to be great actually for you because you needed that healing. You needed to put your eyes in your own life and what you need to change, and that could relate to how you're maybe overextending yourself and you're is not being of help to anybody. With the Virgo energy, that energy of going within, of Venus with your relationships, of being analyzing how you're handling your relationships. With the ninth, which is the ninth house, it's like having another philosophy of how you're relating to others, and how you probably need with the Capricorn and the first house to put more energies on your own fruition of the fruits of your labor, on working daily on getting farther, and that you might be wasting maybe some energy on people that are just not receiving your help, and that this is maybe a calling from the universe to put all that energy into creating a legacy for yourself, into helping yourself achieve what something you've been putting back because you've been busy helping others as a compassionate person that you are. And with Neptune, I feel you're gonna do a lot of psychology of or your own inner psychology of trying to understand your mind and why you've been doing the things you've been doing, why people are doing the things that they're doing, but also taking a safe and a safe distance, very healthy distance, and just pouring your energy into yourself. With the last cards that I have here is the progress. It says advancement, gaining recognition, appreciation, achievements, acceleration, steady gains, increased clarity. And here we have like the Ace of Cups that we had at the beginning, and in reverse, which is the cauldron. It says inner alchemy, mastery, spiritual renewal, consecrate, contain, rejuvenation, and discerning wisdom. For me, this is more a confirmation that realize that people have a different timing for their progress, for achieving and gaining inner wisdom, and for them to achieve maturity, and that inner alchemy takes time, that mastery takes time, and it is not something that is just attain because you want it to attain. There is a progress going that has to be done first, and that progress is very different for each person, and you might not understand why it's not as quickly. I feel you have that energy. You want it to happen quickly. You want people to awaken quickly. You want them to understand their problems quickly, and they're not. And that is what's bringing you down. So it is a calling from the universe to understand that some people just wake up very slowly. And that is actually this is going to be a blessing for you because it's going to liberate your energy to actually achieve your goals and close cycles of realizing that you might have been establishing dynamics that were not either they were not helping others, and they're certainly not helping yourself, and they're draining you. Last, I have this card from the Bible 101 Psalms. It says, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. So I hope that resonates with you, Cancer. This also resonates that there's a big plan. God knows, and the Creator, or the energy, or whichever way you want to see it. I see it. Well, I personally see it as a God energy, not like a Zeus in the Olympus up in the sky, but like the big energy, something way bigger than us. And I feel there's a divine plan for a lot of for a lot of things, for our lives, for a lot of people, and sometimes we're not able to see that divine plan well, but sometimes it takes years or decades, or sometimes even until the end of our lives we realize what was God's divine plan. And some people even say that you need to get to heaven to realize what the divine plan was, and then you see how it all makes sense and how everything was for the purpose of the development of our souls, for us to learn different experiences, and for our hearts to become loving and of ourselves and of others. And of course, Cancer, you already done a great part of that because you overextend yourself with your compassion. So this is just you've done a great deal of the work. And if you're having trouble this month because you want to help people and they're asleep and they want to keep themselves in their pity party, don't be dismayed by that. Thankfully, you're awakened, and just try to assimilate the fact that some people are not as quick to see the things that they need to see, and that you as well, there was a moment and a time or a situation where as well it took you a while to see what you needed to see. And that's a lesson for all of us, not only for you, Cancer. If you like a personal reading of how this is going to play out for you, Sun, Moon, or Rising, Cancer, or the collective on regards to family matters and stuff like this, my contact information is in the description below. Subscribe, like, and share if you like this content and you like to see more content like this. And if you like to donate anything, any donations are greatly welcome. There's also information for donations below. And blessings to you, Cancer. Sending you a big, big, big hug.